Shit, you was made for TV.
What's that, boo?
You were made for TV. You were made for the camera.
Thank you. Okay.
We're on the
Hi, everybody. Come on in the room.
come on in the room.
Naya.
Okay. Hey y'all. What y'all bald headed selves? I'm just playing. You remember I was doing that?
Remember that song, right?
Oh yeah.
You remember that song I sent you? Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. Welcome to Urbanish Digital Live. We are here each and every Thursday at 7-ish, just like Urbanish. Had to get it together. Hope you guys enjoyed the interviews. We had interviews Monday with Suzanne Coy, with myself. Tuesday with who had? I'm sure.
Chauncey.
Oh, duh. Chauncey, filmmaker, and welcome to executive producer for a show that she has out. So make sure you guys go under the comments to that as well of the show. Talking to children and teaching them how to cope with COVID and things that they're going on. And Chauncey Have a Good Day web series is up and out on YouTube. And then yesterday we had the pleasure of talking to Mr. Brandon Tackett, which is the owner of God is Love. So make sure you guys go and check out all three interviews on our Facebook, on our social media pages. And make sure you guys are following us on all social media platforms as well. I haven't shared yet. I'm about to share real quick. So hope you guys are out there staying safe and washing your hands for 20 seconds. Using hand sanitizers, got your mask on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Stay home.
Right. I know y'all finna be out proud and about, honey, but listen.
Oh, yeah. Holiday weekend coming up.
Thanks.
Weekend, yeah.
Honey, please keep y'all behinds at home. It ain't gonna be that serious. I think I'm more worried about spaces than I am anything else. Like, I'm not worried about the park. I'm not worried about like some of the rooftop parties that are happening. I'm more so worried about those closed in spaces. Like, you know.
Right. To stay outside.
Yeah,
social distance.
Outside. Like, if you gonna do some events, y'all be outside. Like, be out. Don't be nowhere where you're gonna be closed in into these tight spaces. Because that means if one person walk in with it, baby, y'all got it.
It's over.
Simple as I could be with it, honey. I know y'all want to see the city girls, honey.
The city girls be here?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the city girls gonna be on, honey. They gonna be here, honey. Little baby gonna be here. The baby gonna be here. And there's a couple other people that actually perform.
The little baby stay here. Don't Yeah, the little baby from here.
Girl, I don't listen to that. The kids, my kids, they know all about that. I don't know nothing about babies and
so old.
Yes, honey.
Old man.
Yes, honey.
So, all right, let's get into the hot topic for today.
Yes. What is the hot topic? Talk to us. Tell us the hot topic.
We talked about on radio before. So, would you take relationship advice from a single person? Oh, I forgot to tag her.
Tag her.
Would you take relationship advice? Like, okay, so let me ask you this. Am I in a relationship and I'm taking in relationship advice? Are we both single and I'm taking relationship advice?
No, you're in a relationship and the other person is single.
Now, why the hell would I be listening to you? You single.
Yeah, but
I've always been single.
right.
You're right. But you ain't got somebody right now either. So clearly, I think it depends on the person. I think that it would depend on my circle. And if somebody was single and they had advice to give, I think it would be in what manner they were giving it. I think that's what kind of makes the difference. Like, I don't feel like you would be able to like just bombard my relationship and be able to tell me, X, Y, and Z. But I think that if you've seen something or you saw something that may be a little weird or maybe something I needed to watch out for or something like that, and you pulled me aside to say it, I think that would be okay. I don't like those single friends that always got something to say. I don't like them.
Always. And you didn't even ask.
Keep them at home, honey. I don't want to hear nothing they got to say. They always, not them. No. That's why I said it depends on where we putting them at, honey. Where we putting them. What category they fall in. That's the
Yeah, dude, it really does depend on the person themselves, what type of person they are, what type of relationships they've been in, and just their level of thinking, because I listen to both, single people or people in a relationship, and I kind of weigh out my own options.
Can't listen to them either. They don't know what they're doing either.
Nobody's perfect at all. So, yeah, I would take advice if it's good advice,
Yeah. What you taking? What you taking?
Well, I do listen to my single friends as well as my married ones, as well as the one who are boyfriend and girlfriend. I listen to all of them. I never had a problem with listening to people when it comes to relationships, even if they're singles, because they have advice of things. Because we have to understand, when a person is single, they see clearly. They don't have anything that's like tugging at their heartstrings when they're giving you advice. They're giving it not only from the heart, but from experience. And I think a lot of us, we take it like, oh, you can't tell me. There's just like, well, no, it's different. I was about to say being a non-parent and a parent. But it's just, I don't know. I just think people, because a lot of the times now I see so many, especially married people, they be like, well, you ain't never been married before. You can't tell me, and I just don't think that really exists. I agree with you guys. It does depend on the person.
Good advice, period. Like across the board. Like good advice is just good advice.
Good advice, right. Or vice versa.
Yeah, no matter who's giving it, it's good advice is good advice, However, you do have those people around you who may not wish you well, or those are the people I'm saying, hey, you may need to still keep up, a lookout on. You can't ask everybody. You can't ask all of your friends. It's probably one or two, probably out of the group that you have that that you could probably be honest and open with. Because sometimes as single friends, you have them, but they envy what you have or they want what you have, And so sometimes I just like you have to be careful about who you open your relationship, like who I'm talking to about my relationship in general is a careful situation for me. Right. So whether you married or single, that don't mean I'm coming to you about my relationship. You get what I'm saying? I just feel like that's a private situation and you shouldn't be involving everybody in the first place. Because see, that's how stuff happens.
That's how mess gets started.
That's how it gets started. So to be honest with you, keep your daggone mouth shut and you figure it out. Because you shouldn't be involving everybody. You know what I'm saying? Into your relationship. I probably wouldn't talk to my friends necessarily, but I would talk to my mom. I probably wouldn't talk to I would talk to my father. I would talk to somebody whom I felt like had way more experience in this than I did. You get what I mean? If I'm going to go to somebody and I'm going to go to somebody who's going to have my back and not go around telling my business.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got to be careful with that too.
And two, we have to realize that, especially when you're telling your friends, or people in general, whether it's your parents or whoever, that they're going to have your best interest at heart first. And I think a lot of times we mix that, and we always saying that people are hating, or, because it is people that's out there that don't want to see you do better than them, especially when it comes to relationship or anything you do in life. And that's just granted. So I'm thankful that I don't have them type of people, sir, because I'm cuss your ass out anyway. So
Right.
it's just, I think we think too far into something. A lot of times, sometimes things are black and white. Things are not as colorful, or it's not really a gray area. It is like, I'm gonna do this or I don't. And so, like, if I know somebody is hurting y'all, you know what I'm saying, and I'm the single friend and both y'all in a relationship, I'm gonna tell you based off of my experience and based off of, I'm pissed that that person did that to you. Mm-hmm. And then a lot of people be like, well, you didn't have to say all that and da-da-da. And I'm like, you have to understand, I don't want to see you hurt, so you want me to come kick his ass or not?
I think it's delivery too. I think it's all about delivery as well, because like you're saying right now, I think it's how somebody would bring it to me. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I said, if you're gonna pull me to the side, or we're gonna go out for dinner and we need to have a conversation, like, I'm cool with that. But I feel like in having a conversation, you have to, whatever decision I choose, when I walk away from this conversation, whatever decision I choose still is my decision. And I think people that do give the advice gets upset because you may not be doing what they feel in their heart at the moment that you should be doing.
Right.
So sometimes I think that becomes frustrating. And it's not that I'm not taking your advice or listening, but I also still have to walk this out. I have to, this is my life.
You have to learn too. And that's another thing that I've learned in life. You have to allow people to learn to make their own mistakes as well. And the good thing too, a lot of people, well, most people that I know that are in relationships, they're married, I know both of them, So, and that's another thing, when, like you said, like, people be hating, like, they don't like your spouse from the beginning. They can do any little thing, and they're like at their throws or telling you, I don't like what such and such did, and they're nitpicking. So there are people, those are the people, I would not listen to at all. So I do agree with that. But at the same time, like, I know both of them, so I know if you tripping, if you my friend or my sister or whatever, I know if you tripping, if I know both of y'all, or is the person, I'm like, nah, they know better.
Right. Right.
So I've always been the person where people come to for relationship advice, and if we need to go pull up on somebody, they call me for both.
I'm about to pull up.
You are the pull up queen, honey.
So even when I was single, and I think too, like you said, it depends on who it comes from, and I'm pretty much level-headed when it comes to giving other people advice. I try not to take one side, and I listen to both sides, of, well, what did you do? Because I'm asking you that too. Like, well, what happened? What triggered, the situation? And some people just are bullies. You ain't got to even trigger their ass, and they just they just off chain. I'm like, just slap shit out of them. Just going like,
It's that pull up.
Right. Oh, no. I always talk about that. If I don't have nowhere for you to come and sleep, I cannot tell you to leave your spouse.
True.
Okay. Well, I'm coming to you.
Right. Yeah. So that's another thing what people don't understand. They be like, leave them. Of course, if it's an abusive situation, I think you should get out at all costs.
I feel like that's the answer across the board. That should be the answer across the board. Somebody comes out of a violent situation, it is get the hell out of there. It isn't. It's not common reason. It's not anything. That's a natural anybody's answer. But like you said.
Yeah. And then too, a lot of times, what I don't like when it comes to domestic abuse is how the families treat the person that's going through the abuse. Because we want them to leave, you know, but I think if the person, a lot of times they don't want to leave because, of course, like a cheater, a person go tell you what you want to hear. I'm not gonna do it anymore, you know, and that kind of stuff. But I think we should go over there and show our presence as a family to make sure that that person is not doing it. Because a lot of times when people they be putting their hands on you, they think that you're alone, and you have a conversation where they feel like you making them feel like, okay, it ain't nobody but me and you. You know what I'm saying? And that's true, granted, to a certain extent, because a lot of us, we all got our own bills. Ain't nobody know. Well, I ain't met, you know, I know millionaires, but still, you know, so, and billionaires, but, you know, we ain't there yet. So I ain't got no big ass house for all y'all to come pile in right now, you know. So we gonna go kick his ass, you know, and he gonna go sit down somewhere for a couple of months. So I just think, you know, I'm not a person that's the advice for domestic violence, but I just think that so many people they be like, well, they like it, I love it. I'm like, they like getting their ass whooped? No, they don't. They're there because they think that that's a part of the condition of love. And
there's so many other, there's several reasons why people stay, you know, and I think people have to realize that we're not that person. Like what we would do in a situation is not what you would do in a situation.
Right.
What you would do in a situation.
Right.
I would do in a situation. And I think people put so much pressure on the victim. Like you should have. No, you don't tell me what I should have nothing because you wasn't there. You don't know what was going on. You don't know what was
that's how you bring your ass on up here.
It made me feel. You don't know any of that. So for you to just be shut up and go sit down somewhere. Because we've all been something that we probably should have thought about in the moment and did better. And did. And knew better. Still didn't do better.
Something to say about the people who give the advice. You know, when you give advice, that's just that. You know what I mean? You really can't always expect that person to take your advice and to move on your advice. And a lot of people that give the advice, they get upset. You know, like you said, they start pointing their finger at the victim and things of that sort. But, you know, it's a two-sided street when it comes to that, you know, as far as the friendship, you know, and talking and confiding in someone about your relationships, you know, so the people that's giving the advice as well should just do just that and leave it on the table and understand that that person have to make the decision on their own, you know, and not necessarily take it personal that they didn't take your advice, you know, like you said, if they like it, I love it, you know, that's not the case.
No,
but
you shouldn't be that.
Right. But
nobody wants to go through that, and I don't understand why you would think that, you know. And then when people go through their own shit, you know, they want the sympathy after you don't told somebody that. I don't understand.
And that's not cool. Right.
No.
Right. Now, one thing I do just kind of want to throw out there when it comes to advice on relationships, I always think like if a female's having a problem with the male, go talk to another man. You know, and the reason I say that is because you're talking about a man's perspective, a man's point of view, the way a man thinks, opposed to how a woman thinks. You know, so a lot of times, you know, they make that mistake. People make that mistake going to the same gender about an opinion about the opposite gender, you know, and I just think, you know, we think differently.
Well, so, honey, in that case, they just get messy, honey, because we talking to the same gender, honey. And let me tell you, it work in heterosexual land, baby. But over here on this side, his side.
Right, but you still, at the end of the day, you always say you still a man. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm a woman and I want some advice on about a man, so I say, go to a man, like, I come to, you know what I'm saying? you a man, so I can still come to you about man advice about a man, because you still got a man brain, regardless.
You would think that worked in our society, in our land, but that don't always. It usually, see, if we go to somebody about our man, they probably don't get in the bed with our man. See, that's normally how that works. I was telling you, well, we don't. Well, I wouldn't do that over here. It makes sense on your side, but my side, I wouldn't do none of that. Nope, I'm good.
But then they ain't your friend. They're not your friend. His friends wouldn't do that.
On this side, it is. I'm gonna tell my good girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But see, you know what? The women got the same problem now. You go to the wrong friend, they want to hear that so they can go and knock on his door when they know you went out of town. I know.
I'm like Beyonce when it comes to that. If I'm not talking to my mom or my father about what's really going on, other than that, you know, everything else is surface. You really won't know that's not none of your business. You understand what I'm saying?
And that's just how relationships really should be. Like you said, don't just go talking to anybody and everybody. But you know, when you do, choose wisely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, you guys, let us know in comments. What do you guys think about getting advice from your single friends if you are in a relationship, or giving advice if you are single? And if you're in a relationship and you get advice, or what, vice versa. So let us know what y'all think down there in the.
I don't get no more advice. Go see a therapist. You need some help. Go get a counselor. Go, do that. You want some real advice? Pay somebody for some advice. How about that?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You want a real opinion about what you're going through and who you are? Go pay somebody for it.
Right.
Don't you worry. That's a hit and miss sometimes, baby. That's a hit and miss.
Be careful on who you share your personal business with. Bottom line.
Right. Jay, why you singing low?
Who?
You can hear Jay?
Yes.
I don't know
Jay, talk, Jay.
Hi.
Yeah, I hear.
All right. So we about to get into Get You a Piece with Jay Dior. How you doing?
How you doing?
So let us know what you got going on in celebrity land.
Oh, righty now. Well, good morning. You know, I love telling the people good morning, honey. That is, yes, honey. Lonnie on in. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. So, on today, we all, you know, I don't really like reporting these types of things. This is not my favorite part in celebrity news. But we definitely want to take a moment for Chadwick Boseman's family. You know, you guys, if you know anything about him, you know he played in Black Panther, and he's been in several movies. He's played a lot of roles, and we'd be here forever if we went there. But however, he would definitely be truly missed, and we're definitely going to be praying for the family. But this is one of the things that I really wanted to point out, and I've kind of been watching people on Facebook kind of talk about it. Is the privacy that his friends and his family and his co-workers kept around him. This man was diagnosed in 2016.
Right.
He has made several movies. So in between surgeries, in between chemo, in between radiation, all of this that's going on in his life, nobody on the outside knew what was going on.
Yeah, I think, and it seemed like he kept it private from who he was working with too.
I love that. I think
the only people really knew was his family.
Yeah, I think that's dope though. For those people around you to hold you down like that, you know, you don't find that often anymore. You don't find that type of loyalty. You don't find that type of trust, friendship. and people these days like that. And normally people are, they're ready to sell you out for a couple of $100 for a story, baby. So, just to imagine that he didn't even have to go through that. These people really respected his wishes and kept, his business private. Like, I thought that was a really, really dope thing. So we definitely want to keep their family up in prayer as they're going through this.
Yeah.
So
beautiful thing too, how he got married a few months before he passed.
right.
I just thought that was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. So,
Mhm.
I know this is probably hard on everybody, his friends, the people in entertainment. So I know they're all kind of, heavy hearted right now. Even The Rock right now seems to be going through a little situation with the COVID-19. Him and his family have recently been tested positive. As you know, that's Dwayne Johnson. He was a wrestler, movie star. Everybody loves him. But him and his wife and his family was recently diagnosed. They are feeling better now. Things are getting better. But I think that's a scary thing.
Yeah.
He even like referred to it as being, like broke. Like, he was like, I could deal with being broke, but this is a different story
Right.
because you just don't know what happened, and y'all have heard cases where they have been great one day and then gone tomorrow. You know what I mean? And so
Scary.
I think, as a father, as a husband, that is his fear, but we're definitely keeping him in our prayers as well, that his family gets better and speedy recovery. Now let's get into this little tidbit, honey, because I know I've been waiting on this. I've been waiting on this. This I have.
What's the tea?
Is it hot or is it cold?
Can somebody tell me when did Miss Niecy Nash decide to cross over?
I had no idea. None.
Baby, the people is just keeping secrets during quarantine, honey, and I just don't know how to feel about it, okay?
And that's why she probably didn't mind giving him no divorce.
Baby, at all.
So she did not mind, and I think he was at the wedding, if I'm not mistaken. That was him in the white suit. I gotta go back and look.
Oh wow.
You to her wife, Jessica Beats. So that is really, really dope. They look like they had a really beautiful wedding. I actually like I said, I love the fact that people are keeping things private these days. It's not everybody's business. Things are how relationships and things, as we see, especially in Hollywood, just go completely left.
Right.
So because of that, I think that is really, really, really dope. I say congratulations, girl. I'm here for you being a part of the Rainbow Coalition, girl. Come on and get you. Grab you one of these letters, baby. Come on and have a seat, baby. You got plenty of letters to pick from.
I grab a letter.
Grab a letter, okay? Grab you a letter, okay? Add it daily.
No, please leave the alphabet alone. Leave it alone. I'm confused enough.
Letters.
I can't even say the alphabet no more.
But I don't even know where I fit in anymore. I just be like, listen, I'm gay.
Keep it simple, please. Please just keep it simple.
When I tell you I don't even want to. Okay, amen.
Too much, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of too much.
Okay.
Did you see what Monica had on during this Brandy Versuz Monica situation?
So you didn't like it? You didn't like what Monica had on?
They had her hair up looking like one of the white chicks off. You know that scene where he bent over and uncomfortable and he tried to go to the other little suit or whatever, and he
the outfit on.
Died. That was it. I said the internet wins again. I don't know how I felt about it. I felt like Brandy was giving like all of this good.
She was hype. She was hype. Yes.
Like she was like
she was hype.
we're moving on. Let's get to it. And
Yes.
Monica was over there like shit.
She was a diva, honey.
What happened?
She was a diva.
Let's see, we have to understand that Brandy is from the West Coast and Monica is from down south. So Monica is the lady. So yeah.
They twerking the South, child.
Yeah, but if you think about the personalities of most of the reality stars that we watch, like how Nene starts shit, but how calm she is before she starts shit. Yeah.
So the West Coast, they're not ladies on the West Coast.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's my issue. Y'all, this is come together in collaboration, you know, and then y'all are making history.
You are low.
Yeah, huh?
You're low.
Am I low?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Can you hear me now?
It's better now.
Is it? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
great. I'm going to give you a check for that. So, anyway. That was free advertising, honey. My issue, not only with what they had on, because I mean, we could definitely pick both of the outfits clearly apart. Like, I don't know what the hell was going on. I just was not here for it. I just expected Monica's attitude and aura of the whole situation. I guess I expected it to be a little bit, but somebody said something may have happened, I think, personally to her, maybe before that. I'm not quite sure what was going on. I just know Brandy was just giving so much. And I just felt like, you know, even if you had to fake it till you made it, Monica, I would have rather you kind of did that a little bit, because you looked like a poor sport a little bit. You get what I'm saying? Like, for me looking from the outside in, I was just like, girl, smile. Girl, stop.
But she's never
The pants was too tight. That's what it was. It was probably.
Yeah. But she's never been the type of person that had like that high energy giver person either.
She didn't even want to sing. Like, didn't
She's
nobody.
always been a diva.
But like,
She's not just laid back, cute, sexy.
So,
like, come on. The pants mattered. They had to be too tight. Like, she had to be uncomfortable. She looked like she was uncomfortable. That's probably what she was. Mother should have came out in a good maxi dress, honey. She should have been comfortable. Instead, she came out looking like a cardboard cutout. Okay. She looked as stiff as hell. All right. She looked as stiff. She looked like she bit too much. She would snap. There was a lot going on. I was over it. It was sickening and not in a good way, honey. I just was not here for it. She could throw that away. She could throw all that away, honey. She looked like the little man on Shrek, the little king on Shrek. I just was like, we could do better. But I just wanted her to give something more. Like, I just felt like Brandy was singing. Brandy was
barely singing.
How? When they did
on the battle, she was singing a lot.
Yes.
She was hype and she was dancing and she was feeling it.
Monica involved, like it was.
Yeah.
It was for me, for it to be so epic and for it to be y'all coming together. It just seemed like one person wanted to come together, and that's what it looked like. Like, it almost looked like, okay, I'm just doing this because, and that's not the look you want to give. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, this is
get that, yeah.
So much going on in the world. We got the police is killing us daily. They just killed the 16-year-old boy who was and disabled.
So freaking low, homeboy.
Why am I low today? Hello. Hey.
That made it worse. It did, because now we can't hear you at all.
I don't know.
You must. Okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Well, I said what I had. Somebody better have go back and push record or stop. Rewind.
We're live, baby. We're live. They get it like they get it.
Right.
I just felt like it should have been better. Like, I just felt like her energy should have been better. Y'all would come together with everything going on in the world right now, with them killing us, and and they just killed the 16-year-old boy. Like everything is going on. Everything is upside down. And so for this to be such a monumental moment, you know, and
Yeah.
this,
But you never know.
kind
You
of just
never know what she's going through.
yeah, I just kind of want her energy to be up, you know. Like all jokes aside, like I do like Monica. I love Brandy.
I like Monica too.
No shade, no tea. I love Monica, but
Monica can sing, child.
well, she wasn't singing then.
But she was being stuck up and bougie.
That's not a good look.
I don't think she was being stuck up. I think she was just laid back for some reason. You know, she was a diva. She was just, I don't know.
If your name
She
was
needed
Mariah
one of these. She needed a red cup.
If your name was Mariah Carey and you did that, I would be okay with that. I was not okay with her just chilling. Like,
yeah, she wasn't.
and I don't want to be like, I don't want to be too shady about it, but girl, you kind of need this. So stop playing and come on. Like, you need this publicity. You need this. Stop, girl, stop. Because right
I'm just
now,
gonna sip on my tea.
yeah, because you're fighting the Cardi B's right now, the Meg Thee Stallions with music, and you get what I'm saying? Like you're fighting these, you know, these girls, and y'all are very much so '90s girls, and I love my girls in the '90s. But you know, as far as putting out music, things are shifting. So you really don't need to be acting like that, boo boo, when you. Because nobody was thinking about you before this Brandy versus Monica thing came up anyway. I'm being real honest with you. I wasn't thinking about neither one of y'all.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Monica ain't thinking about you.
I wasn't thinking about neither one. As I'm saying, as far as music was concerned, like 3-4 weeks ago, you could have been like, "Oh, Brandy such and such." I would be like, "Oh, okay then, that's nice."
And that's another thing that kind of tripped me out when people were like they Brandy or Monica fans. I'm like, both these women don't put out music recently, and y'all ain't support like that. For y'all to be hollering about y'all fans.
Fans of their old music.
Yeah, but if you a fan, you support no matter what.
Yeah. But I got Brandy.
Y'all tuned in.
Brandy's album is on my phone. I'm great. Let's see.
They tuned in.
Let's see. Brandy is on mine. I got her right here. Let's see.
Right.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people don't. They don't have B7, the new Monica, you know, they ain't got all that stuff. And that's why I was like, y'all just running y'all mouth. Don't make no sense.
But that's why I said
some good R&B back.
I said it. They both, this came in a good time in their career, but the truth of the matter is they needed to still stay relevant with the game. And so this was a good look for the both of you. So if this is what it is, then like I said, I think I just would have wanted her energy to be high. She could have been going through something. And if she was, you know, I'm sorry.
Fake it till you make it.
But as somebody who's watching, who's somebody who's a consumer of both of you guys' music, who listen to both of you guys, I'm just saying, girl, where was the energy? Girl, what was the? I mean, like, what happened? Like, girl, what happened?
Oh no.
Maybe her wig was too tight. I don't know. I'm just.
Did they play any of their new music on there?
They said they did. I didn't. Yeah.
I didn't hear it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but
it got boring.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna sit there and do that.
Huh?
It got boring. I wasn't gonna sit there and do that. The whole thing. The hell. I fast forward and rewind.
Right.
But I didn't sit through that whole, oh no ma'am. I didn't even watch it with everybody else watched it. I wait for everybody to watch it and they posted it. Then I went back and watched it. I want to see what I want to see.
Mary J. Blige and Faith would have gave us a great show.
Who?
Mary J. Blige and Faith Evans. Now that would have been a good version.
You saying like if they did it?
Mm-hmm. That would have been a really good version.
Okay.
But both of them got the same dance.
But see, here's the thing. Here's the bad part about it though. But one ain't gonna be able to sing, so she don't even need to get the mic.
Who? Which one?
Mary.
But has come a long way, y'all. Come on. Mary has come a long way.
I don't want to hear that.
She has a different, like she's a talk singer. That's what I call them.
Well, here's the thing. I love Mary J. Blige. Like for real, straight. Like I love her music, love her. I love the pop she give. I'm always gonna be a diehard Mary fan. But the truth of the matter is, I'm honest about the people that I love. She can't sing.
She's come a long way. She's a lot better now.
I love her.
She's a lot better now.
I listen to her music all the time. I love Mary J. Blige. But if you had to put her against Faith Evans, baby, no ma'am. No ma'am.
I think it would be because Mary
just their music, fine, but they don't need to.
That's what it's all about. That's what Versus is about anyway.
Yeah, but her performance, like she does a great performance. So I think that
she has a lot of fans.
That's what I'm saying.
She has a better catalog than Faith.
You love Mary J. Blige because she's Mary J. Blige. Like, bump the crap. Like, I love Mary because she's Mary. I'm just being honest about
you like her music.
Yeah, I'm being honest. The girl can't sing to me, but I love her. I do. I got all her songs downloaded in my. I love Mary J. Blige, but
So how can you listen to somebody that can't sing?
Easy. I play play. I hit the play button and I hear it.
Mary J has a lot of fans. She has a bigger catalog than Faith. I'm not saying that she can sing better than Faith or anything.
No, I was just saying, I don't want her to grab the mic. That's what I said. I didn't say nothing else. I didn't say she could talk. Tell us about how you feel, Mary. Tell us. Talk to us.
I'm gonna come have her sing at your wedding.
No. No, you won't. That's what I'm saying. I love Mary's music. I love her vibe. I love her energy. I love what she gives on stage. But would I go to a Mary J. Blige performance for me personally? No, because when I go to something and I'm gonna spend my money, I don't want to hear that live. I don't want to hear that live. That's what I'm saying. Live, I don't want to hear that. I can't sit through that for all of that. I can't sit that long through that. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yelling. What about her and Keisha Cole?
Baby, you didn't see that on Hollywood Unlocked? Well, girl, Keisha Cole been wanting to do. The fans have been wanting Keisha Cole and Mary J. Blige to do a song. The fans, but Keisha Cole has been wanting that as well. Baby, Mary has said no.
Why?
Mary said no.
You said Mary said no.
Mary said no.
Yeah, I mean that's not a good comparison.
But I felt like Keisha Cole was our Mary J. Blige. Like I feel like they kind of run, not necessarily that she's art, but you get what I'm saying. Like I felt like
they're not in the same era.
So like Keisha Cole for me was great on that her first album was everything, right? Like I love Keisha, unfortunately, when she was a little brokenhearted. But when she fell in love, I don't know if I was really too much here for that Keisha. I don't know how I felt about that Keisha. So I think, because people, when they fall in love, their music changes. You get what I'm saying? And it's not always a bad thing, but sometimes the music be a little wonky. Like, it's a little cheesy. And you just be like, pass. You get what I'm saying? So I like Keisha when she kind of going through something, just like I love when K. Michelle going through something. Like, I feel like if you did Keisha Cole, K. Michelle, that would probably be a good little situation. I think I would like that man
at the same time, too.
Yeah, I think that would flow a little bit better. But to do Mary and Keisha, Mary's catalog is Mary and Faith, Mary's catalog is way bigger, like you said. I just don't want to go. I'm not paying.
I just think about them in the sense of the same era. They're mostly doing the same era when it comes to verses.
Yeah, like the Jill Scott and the Erykah Badu one was really good. That one was, and that's the energy that I think that I wanted from Monica and Brandy, was that energy. Those girls had set the bar so high for, the versus battle with the two, because they were the first two.
Yeah, you talking about, and see that's the thing though, when you talk about actually healing and going through stuff. So so Jill Scott and Erykah Badu has done the healing work for themselves. So whatever they're going through and the things that that they do or whatever, they are healed. Like they're healers. That's what they're used to. So you talking about two bitter ass people because Monica and Brandy to me are still bitter as hell.
What? I still what bitter?
I honestly just at that point I really didn't see Brandy being mad. Like she really genuinely looked like, girl, I'm really trying to like pick you up. I'm really engaging with you, and you look.
Because to me it came off as fake. To me it was like a bitterness. It was like it wasn't. It was like the things that like Monica going through her divorce and Brandy, however she's been feeling. Neither one of them have healed from their situations. So a lot of people, like, why I tell people, like, no matter what I'm going through, you will never know because I never really wear it. I don't wear my feelings when it comes to business, and they wore their feelings when it comes to business, and you can't wear it.
Right. Trust me. You can't do that.
I think that's what it was for me. That's what
glowing. Like, why is she out here glowing? Like, don't nobody see this for me that she is glowing out here with this flash.
Oh,
LT.
I'm outside and it's getting dark, so I tried to give myself some light.
Right. I thought the alien was gonna come get her.
I thought she was gonna come over here and tell ghost stories, child.
This ain't gonna be right if I ain't got something going on. I'm trying. You see, I'm hot.
So let's get into these in other news. So it's September. It is National Suicide Prevention Month. So that's something that needs to really be talked about. A lot of people are contemplating depression, anxiety, suicide, and those type of things. So, NAMI, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. So, suicide thoughts, much like mental health conditions, can affect anyone regardless of age, gender, or background. In fact, suicide is often the result of untreated mental health conditions. Suicidal thoughts, although common, should not be considered normal and often indicate more serious issues. Every year, thousands of individuals die by suicide, leaving behind their friends and family members to navigate the tragedy of loss. In many cases, friends and families affected by suicide loss, often called suicide loss survivors, are left in the dark. Too often, the feelings of shame and stigma prevent them from talking openly. So September is National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, a time to share resources and stories in an effort to shed light on highly taboo, stigmatized topics. We use this month to reach out to those affected by suicide, raise awareness, and connect individuals with suicide ideation to treatment services. It is also important to ensure that individuals, friends, and families have access to resources they need to discuss suicide prevention. And NAMI is here to help. So make sure you guys check out National Alliance on Mental Health. It's also a crisis number for National Suicide Hotline. It's 1-800-273-TALK. So 1-800-273-8255. If you ever name Tanya's over there, dog child. Look at darkness, everybody, darkness. I know, man. So, I know it's just crazy. And then a lot of people think a lot of the celebrities that commit suicide, they be like, well, that person had all the money. And I always tell people, who you are, money just enhances whoever you are. It just puts you on times 10. So a lot of people have been experiencing depression before they hit suicide as well. A lot of other mental illness, bipolar disorder, and that kind of thing. So make sure you guys are checking on your strong friends, the people where you feel like you're always getting advice from, and pour into people like they pour into you. That's why my whole thing. Don't just take away from the situation. Then something happened. And you're like, oh my God, I didn't know that person was going through. Because you was too busy running your mouth with your hands out.
Right. Right. So how you doing, Tiffany? How you doing, Jay?
I'm blessed and highly flavored of the Lord. How are you?
WAP. When you say blessed and highly favored, I'm thinking about words, worship and praise.
Okay.
You said you blessed and highly favored, so I thought about worship and praise.
Wow, that's what you came up with was wow.
I know that's why Tiffany okay. Because she got that wop. You see that sign hanging up behind her? It's called congratulations.
So herself congratulations. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. I ain't no too bad at WAP. You been married how long? You got that WAP.
More than WAP, baby.
That what they said with the they said the plus size, the big girls or something. They some regular slim girls got the WAP, and the big girls the plus size girl got the WAP bop Saturday boot. The like what James was saying. That's what you can play because the all of years.
It's called Juicy, baby. Bubble gum.
What Cardi B said she got that big girl poo name. She said,
big girl. What about the chicken wings?
What?
Oh, we're gonna have to do this another show, late night.
I'm thinking like, girl, this thing got real.
See, it's dark over here, so woo, wop.
Oh. I'm about to go ahead and knock these out real quick so we can get you out of the dark. But I still see you. You still light bright.
Yeah, I'm squeezing. It's squeezing me.
I can see you real good, honey, in this dark.
If I was up there, it would have been opposite, baby. You wouldn't be able to see. All you see is the silhouette. I can see you right.
Wouldn't have seen a thing.
So also the Labor Department clarifies when parents qualify for paid leave unemployment for school closure. So that's a good thing. Like, you know how the students are out and they can't go back to school? So the parents for paid unemployment, huh?
Do I know how? Of course I know how.
I know you know how, but I'm just saying for the people who don't know. So first scenario that you can qualify for the PUA, pandemic unemployment, that your student is out. Your school system is fully closed and classes are conducted online only. Your school system is open on some days for in-person learning, but closed the rest of the time for online learning. Or your school system is fully reopened for in-person learning, but the students have the option to stay home for online instruction. So those are one of the three ways that Labor Department is putting out there. And then they trying to say kind of back October the 5th. I'm like, let me go on and switch Richard to real homeschool.
For real, I don't blame you.
I'm gonna do it too, because I'm not gonna deal with that. Because
feel like it's not safe. And then the students who are going back, they school shut down freaking like every week.
Yeah, because they're crazy. It's just population control, so don't send your kids back. Do not send your children.
So here's the thing, like that, and that's what I think I'm telling a couple of my clients. I was like, I just don't want the headache. Why would I send them back to school? I don't care if the school open up tomorrow.
Your thing,
I can't hear you, Jay.
I said, I don't
can't see me either.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
You can hear you, but you can't hear you. You like low. Turn the thing up. What you on?
Yeah, I'm up.
You
up, babies. Stay close, just like you are.
You got the radio on the mic.
No, I don't know nothing about it. But what I was saying was, I would not waste my time. Would not waste my time trying to send my kids back to school and little Bobby over here come over here with it, and then y'all to shut the whole school back down. And what are they learning at that point? They still have to be consistent. So you opening and closing. It's not gonna help the situation. My kids gonna be still. That's what they're gonna be. They're gonna be still. They're gonna sit and be still. That's what they're gonna do. We're not doing none of that.
Ain't mad at you.
Yeah, that's too much.
Right.
Too much. Little Tom come over here coughing. Or little Tom lie and tell everybody he got the daggone coronavirus because he wanna be an ass that week.
You want to stay home.
Right. And so now they done shut the school down. They done sent little time home. Now everybody got notes to go out and go get tested. Like, ain't nobody, no. I'm good. I don't put little time. I want to wake up and be an ass this morning. No, I'm not doing it.
The school be shut down every other week, I'm telling you. All right, so my last story before we close it on that for tonight. 52 Black former franchisees sue McDonald's alleging discrimination. So, yeah. So, you know, a lot of people we be thinking that the McDonald's are owned by corporate, but the McDonald's, like right over there.
Okay. I'm trying because I had to put it on the charger, so you know, I had to move it.
Oh.
I got you. Go ahead.
So a group of 52 Black former McDonald's franchisees is accusing a fast food giant of discrimination, alleging they were denied equal opportunity to economic success compared to their white peers. A federal lawsuit filed in Illinois alleges that the fast food chain steered Black franchisees toward certain neighborhoods where sales are lower while costs are higher, leaving them with less money and yet higher scrutiny from corporate headquarters. The franchisees, who ran a total of more than 200 restaurants in the past decade, are seeking up to $1 billion in damages. Location is key for a fast food restaurant, and African American franchisees have long spoken out about higher costs associated with security and insurance, as well as upkeep of stores sold to them in poor condition. A report by Business Insider in December showed a ballooning gap between the average cash flow of Black franchisees versus others in the McDonald's system. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's every damn where. It's just a matter of being exposed.
Anymore at this point.
Yeah, it's just a matter of people finally getting exposed.
Right. And a lot of people understand that a lot of the McDonald's are owned by actual people.
Independently.
Not corporate stores either. What they talk about when they do like franchising, because like you do Chick-fil-A, talk about you pretty much do anything. Franchisee. So I'm not surprised at all. I just think that I'm tired of hollering about equal opportunity, motherfucker. We about to come and take the shit. So we still
We just got to start taking it because I don't think it'll ever change. You know, so we have to be consistent on pushing for change.
Yeah.
You know,
and consistent with actually owning things and doing it as a group economic.
Right, and it's a part of it.
That the latter is not going to be good for us. So why not put it together? Why not buy those McDonald's together instead of me just buying it by myself? If I know both of y'all got money and we can potentially make money, you know, together, and know y'all not putting me in the crappy neighborhood.
All more territory with one another. Okay, you got your money to put your store up. I got my money to put my store up, but we go in together and we can get 2 stores, and that's more.
But you can do more because then
a 4-store, you know, that should be the goal. But you know, we still crabs in the barrel.
Yeah, you know, come out, work together and build up.
Right.
You know. So are y'all ready? Because I'm ready. I'm about to we about to get this land, y'all. Y'all ready?
I'm worried about these people over here right here that I see on this screen right here. I ain't worried about none of these people right here, honey. Because let me tell you, one thing about it is we do work together.
Right, right. So we about to do it. So we have to show them. Let Urbanish show them how to do it.
We're going to show them. Don't worry. We changing some things up. And we're going to show them. Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
All right, guys. It was a pleasure being with you today.
I both got this head move. Let me get it too.
Yes. Follow us on all social media platforms. On Facebook is Urban.ish. On IG is my thing.
The glue didn't dry all the way.
Right. Urbanish Radio. And then on Twitter is Urbanish Radio as well. So J. Dwell, where can we find you?
The real JDR on IG and Facebook at J Nelson, which I'm sure if you're watching, you can click my name.
You already know.
All right, and LT, where can we find you?
Facebook, Latanya Wright, IG, urbanish.lt. That's me.
Yes. All right, guys. Make sure, as we said from the beginning, to stay safe. Put your damn mask on and stop having your nose out with this mask on, and y'all be doing all this stuff.
Girl, that's the dumb. Ain't that the dumbest thing you done seen? You got the mask on, but they only cover the part like.
Make sure you sanitizer, washing your hands for 20 seconds. Woo!
Wash your mask too.
Yeah. They smell you out anyway. They smell their breath. She want to wash their mask.
Yeah. I know a lot of people with bad breath. They really know they got bad breath now.
They know it now. That's right. Damn.
And guess what? They know it, and guess what? They knew it before they had the mask, and guess what? They know it now even better, but it still ain't gonna change now.
I hope it do. I hope it do. I really hope it do.
No more behind the mask. They smell their own breath.
Because baby, let me tell you, if it creep beyond that mask, we got a whole problem.
Woo, yes. What is that, halitosis?
Huh?
Yeah. That's death. That ain't, no, baby. That's death in your mouth. That's
no. Don't kill your damn self.
That's what that is. Death in your mouth, ain't no way.
All right. All right, guys. Until the next time, stay positive.
Peace, y'all.